What's going on, everyone? My name is Tim. We are here to break down tonight's six-game MLB slate over on DraftKings. If you're new to the channel, what's going on? How you doing? We are doing good. Nice little day off here. Break down a nice little cute six-game MLB slate. So we got some weather concerns here, but we are going to break it down. We're going to talk pitching. We're going to talk hitting options, some stacks, a little bit of game theory. I do like these smaller slates here. We do have Coors on today's slate, so it might be one of those. Don't overthink it. And yeah, let's just break it down. But before I do, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. The more subscribers I get, maybe I'll make some more videos. We'll see. So I've had some people reach out, had some good success in last week's videos. So yeah, let's start breaking this one down. First game here, we have the Mariners taking on the Orioles. 9 over under here. We do have some weather concerns here. I don't know if this one's going to play. It's kind of early here over on the East Coast, so something to keep an eye on for sure. Flexen taking on Lyles here. The pitching in this matchup is just kind of meh. Flexen 6.2K, 17% strikeout rate here, 7.8% walk rate, giving up more fly balls than ground balls. So something to keep note. Andy is struggling against right-handed bats. The Orioles kind of went off yesterday, and I'm a little hesitant to kind of go back to a team that put up a bunch of runs here, but it is a great matchup here for them. So I'm kind of off flexing here. Lyles on the other side, 6.7K, 20.5% strikeout rate here. It's a little below average. Meh, just kind of, yeah, a lot of meh. There's some pop in the Mariners lineup here. I don't know if I'm going to kind of go to either pitcher in this one, but it is a 6-game slate. So, and they're cheap, but Mariners bats, I don't really love it here. I don't really hate the spot either. Trammell, he's been hitting fantastic. He's still only 2K. I'm not really sure why. So cheap price there. I do like the lefty bats at the stadium now that they've kind of moved in the fences here. So 375 ISO. I know that's a really small sample size against right-handed pitching. I'm sure he'll get some ownership. He is hitting the ball well, but he is at min price. And then on the other side, like, I didn't think I was going to love the Orioles as much as I did. But yeah, right-handed bats here are a priority against Flexen. Santander, 3.3K. He's hitting probably cleanup. Hayes, 3.7K. 398 Wubba against right-handed pitching. Mountcastle 2.8K, too cheap for the upside there. Odor mashed a home run yesterday, 2.7K. So I think he's an upside kind of flyer. Other bats definitely in play, Mancini, et cetera, et cetera. Seattle pitching gives up the most home runs in majors, and that's including starters and bullpen. So, bats did go off yesterday, like I said. So keep an eye on weather here. I'll be bummed if this one gets kind of rained out here. I don't care if there's delays. I do like the bats off the pitching. Next, we have the Angels and the Yankees, 8.5 over under. There are also some weather conditions here. This is the second game of a doubleheader, so there could be some guys sitting here. Ohtani, I think, is going to be in this matchup. I think DraftKings has Detmers in there, but I believe Ohtani will start the second game, so check back on that. Tyon at 9.3K. Don't love the price there. We'll start with the Angels side. Ohtani, 35% strikeout rate here. Massive strikeout upside. Tough matchup for him against the Yankees, though. Giving up more power to left-handed bats. Yankees primarily more right-handed heavy. Tyon on the other side, 9.3K. I don't love the price, but the more I dig into it, I could be in on him. I know they're at home. Strikeout rate is kind of below average, 19.2K, 2.5% walk rate. That's outstanding. I don't expect that to hold up, but he is a bit worse to right-handed batters. Angel lineup does have some strikeout upside versus right-handed pitching. Could be a tough spot for him, though. We'll see. So if Ohtani is pitching, that kind of takes him out of the lineup here on DraftKings. You can't use him. Trout, I think, would be in play. He's always in play. 5.5K, 331 ISO against righties this year. Ward, 4.7K, kind of a discount, 352 ISO versus right-handed pitching this year. Stassi, I think, a cheaper catcher, upside, power kind of guy at 241 ISO against righties this year. But some of these guys could sit. If Trout sits, I like Tyon here a little bit more. I think he'd be a contrarian play in some of these like single entry 3 max type of games, but there are some weather concerns. On the other side with the Yankees, I think just more one-offs here. I don't necessarily want to attack Otani. Otani very much in play as well. I just think it's a tougher matchup for him. But Judge 5.5K, 377 ISO versus right-handed pitching this year. Rizzo 4.7K. I like him a little bit better because of the price discount. 255 ISO against right-handed pitching this year. So that's it for that game. Next, we have the Padres and the Brewers. 8.5 over under here. Manaea taking on Hauser. Manaea 9.7K. Don't really love the price there. 26.4% strikeout rate. So there is some strikeout upside to him. 8.4% walk rate this season. He could see some ownership here on a 6-game slate. I don't love the price for his current performance and upside. Hauser on the other side, 8.5K, 17.8% strikeout rate here. We know he's more of a ground ball pitcher, close to 50% ground ball rate there, 10% walk rate. So I don't love that. Not enough K upside for the price here. Bats, Padres team dead last in home runs versus right-handed pitching this year. That is something to note. They do have 6 guys in the projected lineups tonight who are above average in taking walks. So that could spell some trouble for Hauser. Probably going to be off the pitching here. I could see why you'd want to play Manaea. On the other side for the Brewers, I don't mind Taylor as a one-off at 3.4K. I think he presents a decent power upside there. Brosseau, 2.9K. And he's a deep GPP flyer. Like we're talking like main contest, 50K to first type of thing. It's only a 6-game slate, so you don't necessarily have to go there. Manaea in general isn't necessarily a guy I'd like to attack. I feel like he doesn't blow up, but he could go 6-7 innings, only give up like 2-3 runs. So not a great spot. I probably will just fade this game. Next, we have the Cardinals at the Cubs. Liberatore versus Thompson here, 8 over under. Liberatore 7.3K. I think the price is fair. He is an upside. He's a lot of upside for a prospect. I think he gets some ownership here against the Cubs. And I do think that makes him risky. On the other side, Thompson 6.1K, 22.7% strikeout rate here, 53% ground ball rate. He has been pitching pretty well here, but it is a very, very tough matchup here. The price is nice, but I don't know if I can get there. Cubs bullpen in general giving up second most in home runs this season. So that kind of brings us right to the St. Louis Bats. Gorman, I think he has major upside, 2.6K, 321 ISO in a small sample size. I know. Goldschmidt 5.6K. I think he's always in play. He's been hitting phenomenal this season. Arenado taking a little bit of a price discount, had some struggles, but had a good game last time out, 4.7K. Yepez 3.7K, I think is in play here. I wouldn't mind getting to, some one-offs or just like a 3-man stack. On the other side with the Cubs, I think the righties are in play against Liberatore, and especially if he gets ownership, I like a little 3-man stack or even a one-off just to get some leverage here, right? Contreras, I think, is one of my favorite bats on the slate based on price and position eligibility. 4.8K for a catcher who's hitting 405 ISO versus left-handed pitching. Wisdom 4.5K. 304 ISO versus left-handed pitching this season. Morel leading off 3.7K, also hitting pretty decent against left-handed pitching. A guy I might take a flyer on to make my 3-man stack cheaper would be Schwindel. I know he's struggling a bit this season, but he did hit left-handed pitching very well last season. Moving on, next we have the Braves taking on the Rockies in Coors, 11.5 over under here. Braves are favorited. Anderson taking on Gomber. I think there's going to be a lot of ownership in this game, and rightfully so. It's a 6-game slate, and they've by far have the highest run total. Anderson 7.1K. I just don't know if I'll get there. 17.6% strikeout rate here. Not a lot of upside this season. 11% walk rate. Struggling against right-handed bats. He's in Coors. Nothing more than a flyer. I probably won't do it. On the other side, Gomber 5.9K isn't kind of the same pitcher as he was last season. 18% strikeout rate here, having a little bit of trouble with the walks, 8% walk rate, struggling against right-handed batters. Braves are full of right-handed batters, so I am definitely in on the Braves, as is everyone else. You just got to get a little different elsewhere. I think everybody is in play. I'm going to fade Ozuna here. He's been struggling against left-handed pitching, but Riley 4.7K, my favorite bat here, 321 ISO versus left-handed pitching this season. Another guy with massive power against lefties, albeit a small sample size, is Contreras, 5.2K. I don't love the price here, but very much in play. Acuna, Swanson, Duval to make your stack cheaper. He does hit lefties well. He just hasn't been hitting good this season. So I think the price is nice. On the other side, I just want to talk about Rogers. 3.9 K here. I think that's fairly cheap. 3 home runs yesterday, so he probably will be popular, and I think that's probably an easy fade. Not in love with the pricing here, with the matchup. So definitely just leaning more heavy on the Brave side. Rockies sure are in play. Crone is in play. He's just a little bit too pricey. Final game here to talk about. And if you enjoyed this and you think this is going to help you, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and who knows, maybe I'll do some more videos in the next coming weeks. 8.5 over 100 under here. Dodgers are favorited at home. Walker taking on Gonsolin. Walker 7.7K. Don't love the matchup here. 13% strikeout rate, just no upside. 8.3% walk rate. Does have a 53% ground ball rate here, so the matchup isn't good. On the other side, Gonsolin 9.1K. I think the price is too high. Mets also a very, very good lineup. 25% strikeout rate here, 9.2% walk rate. So struggling a little bit there. Also another ground ball pitcher. Don't really want to attack ground ball pitchers in general. And I hate the matchup for him too. So we could talk about the bats here. Alonso, Lindor, McNeil, Marte. I get it. Guillorme has been hitting very well, double-digit fantasy points in probably like the last 5 or 6 games. I think they're fine. Same thing with the Dodgers. Like I like bets the most. 5.8K, 326 ISO against righties. Did hit a home run yesterday. But both teams do have a very good bullpen. Plummer for the Mets 2K, nothing more than a flyer if you're desperate for a cheap bat. But yeah, that'll do it. I hope this helped you. My name is Tim. Good luck. Enjoy your day. Should be a good one. Peace out.